Hey, Summer, my love. I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. I am driving down to Angola during the corona epidemic, or the COVID-19 epidemic, I should say. I should say pandemic. I'm driving to Angola during the COVID-19 pandemic. And I got Wookie here with me. He's my co-pilot. He's navigating.
The wish is not common.
And I had a few thoughts. I was listening to NPR, and there was a topic on the radio that reminded me of an issue that I was having with your mom. And what kind of came to the surface in my mind was how I'm really making an effort to not get angry at your mom. I am trying very hard to understand why your mom does what she does, why she believes what she believes, and how that affects her behavior in the context of our relationship. Okay, so a good example of that would be religion. Okay, so your mom perceives my religious beliefs as a threat, and so she does whatever she can to protect you from what she believes is a real threat to you. Okay, now that involves her doing a lot of things that, from my perspective, are very nasty, and they hurt very much. Now, it would be very easy for me to just hate her for that. It would be very easy for me to just condemn her and be equally combative back to her. And it's very difficult. It takes a lot of effort to really try to understand that she's doing this to protect you. She's doing this out of love. But it's worth it, because if Brittany and I hate each other, guess who pays the highest price? Yes, you. And that is not acceptable to me. So I am engaging with your mom in a way that I like to compare to a martial art form called Aikido. Aikido is the art of peace. Okay, it is a fighting style where you protect yourself, and while protecting yourself, you can still, you don't hurt the opponent. The goal is not to hurt your opponent. Okay, so if someone's coming at you and attacking you in some way, you can subdue the attack in a way that fully protects you, but does not hurt or damage the person who's doing the attacking. Now, this is a perfect example of a situation where that is appropriate, because I love you and you love your mom. If your mom gets hurt, you get hurt. And I love you, so I don't want you to get hurt. I also love your mom, believe it or not. I care about your mom. I understand her as a person, whether she believes that or not. I think I understand why she does a lot of what she does. And what I see in her underneath all of that is a good, loving person who's trying hard to do their best in the world, in a world that can be very vicious. And I believe that the world has been vicious to your mom at times. And I think that some of her viciousness or aggression towards me has to do with that. I think she's remembering having been hurt, maybe by other people or other situations, and I think there's an impulse in her to assume that our situation is the same as those situations, and she responds accordingly. She responds how she would respond to the person who was really horrible to her in the past. In my belief, in my perception, I have never done anything that is really horrible to your mom. I have made mistakes, and I've done things that I know gave your mom pain, but I have never done those things on purpose. It would hurt so much if I ever purposely hurt your mom. I would never want to do that. She has a beautiful heart. I know her intentions are good, and hurting her is not something that I enjoy. And have ever done anything deliberately. I'm actually very proud of the fact that when we were in a relationship, I was very careful not to do things that I could ever be considered abusive. No name calling, if I yelled, it was typically in response to her lashing out at me in very hurtful ways repeatedly, where I finally got angry. With her yelling at me over and over again, and then me finally yelling back. Okay, that's very important to me to distinguish that. There have been times when Brittany would say I've lost my temper, but from my perspective, that is after a lot of berating and jabbing that she's done, in a variety of different topics. So, again, I'm not perfect, and there have been things that I've done that could easily be argued were irresponsible, that led to your mom being hurt and then being angry and aggressive towards me. One example of that is smoking pot. Occasionally, I like to smoke pot, and I like to smoke pot a lot more than what a normal person might. Most of the time, I think it's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I do acknowledge that I have issues with control in that context, and I'm doing everything possible to minimize that. Right now, I'm not smoking weed, and there's prolonged periods of times where I don't do that. I'm proud of that, and I would hope that is understood from your perspective, because I can only imagine what your mom might say about this. I'm also a highly functional person where I hold down my full-time jobs. I take care of my responsibilities. I'm not a delinquent in the ways that I think your mom would like to characterize me in that context of also being a pot smoker. But regardless, I just want to acknowledge that there's things that I've done that are mistakes, but I've never done those things on purpose. I've never hurt your mom on purpose. I was real happy that when we were together, there was never the kind of nastiness that you see in other couples sometimes. Some couples are very abusive to each other. Some couples fight very viciously sometimes. Like I said, I think your mom's intentions are good with a lot of the aggression that I've seen come from her. I know that might be hard to understand, but I don't think she was doing it. It wasn't coming from a malicious place. It wasn't coming from a place in her that enjoys hurting people. I don't think your mom enjoys hurting people. And I think that the hurt that she's inflicted on me, I don't think she's doing that because she's enjoying it. I think very clearly she's doing it because she's trying to protect you from what she believes is a threat, which is often my beliefs, my way of life. So I just wanted to let you know that. I really would like you to know how hard I've tried in that way. I think your mom has also made similar efforts. I'm not going to rank or qualify those efforts right now, at least. I know she's trying, but for now, I'm talking from my perspective, so I want to give you my perspective, and I can only really talk with a lot of certainty about myself and my own behavior. And I can tell you, since the day I've met your mother, I have gone out of my way to try to be very kind to her. And when she gets aggressive with me or combative with me, I am really trying hard not to strike back, because I know in the end, the only person that hurts the most is you. I love you. And I really hope, I'm trying to envision some kind of future that's realistic and optimistic, where Brittany and I somehow see eye to eye, genuinely understand each other, and genuinely forgive and respect each other. I'm trying to visualize that. And if I can start with visualizing that, then there may be hope, and we may find a way or see a way where that can become a reality. So I'm on my way down to Angola right now, hopefully to take you for a walk. Hopefully your mom's not going to try to scoop you away before I get there, because she's a little upset with me right now for maybe could be any number of reasons. I think it's mostly because of Easter coming up, and every Christian holiday she gets a little she gets very hostile towards me, because she knows that I'm talking to you about my beliefs. And lately, the last week or so, she's been pretty nasty. And but anyway, I'm on my way down there to see you now. I'm trying to get there before she scoops you away. So just just trying to give you my perspective on things so you have a better grasp on what the reality is in this whole situation. I don't think just getting my point of view or just getting your mom's point of view would really give you a full grasp on reality here. And I know you're getting your mom's perspective on this because you're spending a lot more time with her. So I just want to make sure that you have my perspective as well, so you have a better picture of reality here. So, all right, I love you very much. Gonna get going. Bye bye.